Flores have exchanged positions on the team. Grenada in their green and yellow outfits will get us underway. They're attacking the goal to our right. The one to really look out for is Rashana Francis, the goal attack. She is on the right-hand side of your picture for Grenada. She's had the hot hand all the way through the tournament for Grenada. She and goal shoot Phillips sharing the duties up in front. In the center for Grenada, Lewis is a wing attack, Smith center, and Wilkinson is the wing defense. There's Francis with her first goal, and Grenada are underway. In defense for Grenada, Frederick and Noel are goalkeeper and goal defense respectively. And they're the ones entrusted with keeping the likes of Frederick and Terrell quiet up in front for the Cayman Islands. The one change for Grenada coming into this one of the sisters, Jadel Wilkinson has come in for her sister. So that, believe it's her sister, correction. And she's come in, well, I think this is her first start. The other Wilkinson has started all of the majority of the games so far. Arlene Williams is the coach of Grenada, and Brian Green is coaching Cayman Islands. Grenada now a chance here to go 2 up, and Phillip puts them 2-0 ahead. Grenada enters this match with 16 points, a 3-2 record. They've already secured wins against Dominica, Antigua, and St. Lucia, a 32-31 thriller, making them a lock for the upper half of the table. As for the Cayman Islands, their record 1-4. They're on 6 points. Their primary goal today is to close the gap on the Big Three and prove their 2025 Jamaica Development Tour has paid off in terms of late game exposure. Howell has the ball in hand, gets it forward to the center for her team. That's Benjamin. Correction, that is Elliott. Earlier today, the Antigua and Barbuda team falling to Dominica 11-21. Dominica securing 5th place, at least for now. And then Antigua and Barbuda, unfortunately, finishing in 7th place, losing all 6 games. Francis gets it over towards Phillip, who can't clean it up carefully. Smith is there, and she sets up Francis for her second goal. That's 3 now for Grenada, unanswered. Of course, the big tactical battles on the court today. Howell, who is a sprinter for the Cayman Islands, against Grenada's defensive mid-court. Howell's ability to burn defenders on the center pass receive is a major hook for today's play. Another major hook is, of course, the shooting of Francis, who has knocked in another one to give Grenada a 4-0 run within the first 3 minutes. I'll make that 5. They've hit Cayman Islands hard here in the early going of this one. 5 goals within the first 3 minutes. And Grenada looking good here. The Junior Spice Girls off to a fine start. Elliott gets that forward and picked off at the back by Levine, by Fredericks. Nice take by Smith on the run, and Francis somehow gets that in. Off balance, heading off court, she somehow gets that one to drop. Well, that is 7 for Grenada. Cayman Islands are being blown away here early in this one. They need to find some way back into this one. Grenada are just flying through their defenses while they are having an enormous amount of problems getting a shot on yet. I don't think they've actually had a shot at the Grenada goal just yet. They might have one now. Here's Fredericks, and she puts them on the board, 7-1. Francis does well to collect that one and hits both sides of the rim in getting the 8th goal for Grenada. Grenada have conceded 110 goals, make that 111, the 3rd best defense in the tournament, and their ability to force wide passes will be tested by the Cayman Islands here. At least they will hope to do that. Soraya Frederick for the Cayman Islands. She can play in attack and defense. She's in attack today and using her height well against the tough goalkeeper Frederick, and she has the 2nd for the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands finding a huge amount of problems here and getting forward. Bailed out by the call here. Brian Green has been coaching this team since late last year. Took them on their development tour to Jamaica, from what I told you earlier. Certainly has borne fruit. They have improved through this tournament, the Cayman Islands. And Frederick does well to rattle that one in. Cayman Islands have 3 of the last 4 goals. Fredericks again. Athletic jump and nice and easy finish. So as Grenada's opening overture has sort of faded a little bit, it's allowed the Cayman Islands back in, and they managed to pull back 4 goals. And now their defense is also up the ante just a little bit. They're looking for Frederick, and she turns on the line. And for once, she misses it. Does she get the rebound? No, she doesn't. Howell, actually, that's not Howell. Howell was trying to get in on the end of it, but goalkeeper Levine just palmed that one out of play. Last year, Grenada finished in 4th place. A win today will ensure they maintain or improve on that standing, and showing the consistency in their youth program. And who is to vote against them winning today's game? They already lead 8-4, and they have scored the first 7 goals of this game. Cayman Islands have been caught in possession several times. That's because they often rely on resets and short passes. They don't try those risky long balls, only in cases of emergency, I guess. Yeah, that's the type of passing we've come to expect from them. Grenada play with a great amount of intensity. And if they get a run at 3 or more goals, as we saw earlier, their momentum is very, very hard to break. And they can go on runs like that. Frederick again with a fine shot. Of the last 6 goals, the Cayman Islands have scored 5. It's 8-5. The lead now down to 3. It was 7 at one point. Francis collecting that casually with one hand, and she was walking to the store to buy milk. That's how easy she made it look. 9-5 there for Grenada. Very good ball handler, and that play would certainly show how good she is. The kinesiology tape, the pink kinesiology tape from her legs gone today. So whatever niggle that she has overcome it. as she pours in another one with under a minute to go here. In fact, that is going to be the quarter. The clock had stuck at 55 seconds. So at the end of the quarter, Grenada lead Cayman Islands by 10-5. This is action in the 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT. Second quarter action coming up.
Sportstream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sportstream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sportstream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Pierre Youth Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court and our Caribbean culture. The red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing, colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean region. The musical theme woven into her design reminds us that, like the steel pan, the Caribbean voice is unique, powerful, and joyful, bringing people together across borders. Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Pierre Youth Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad.
Welcome back to coverage of the 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT. It's the second quarter action between Cayman Islands and Grenada. Grenada in the yellow and green outfits going to the left, and the Cayman Islands in their blue, red, and white outfits, reminiscent, of course, of the British national flag, or the American national flag. The American national flag, more like it. Here's Howell. Gets this one forward into the hands there of her fellow player and just bouncing out, and that will give a chance here for Grenada to profit from the error. Phillip gets another one for Grenada, so they get themselves off to a 6-goal start at the beginning of the second quarter. Francis has her first of the second quarter. She has been the outstanding player for Grenada in this tournament, and this game she's also looked in form. Frederick has provided no end of worry here for the Grenada defense, and she gets another one. So that's 6 now for the Cayman Islands. They've halved the deficit. Cayman Islands came into this game in 6th place and Grenada 4th. Grenada with a win could actually go up to 3rd. As for Cayman Islands, if they will have to win to get above Dominica in the standings and claim that 5th spot. That's the only way, because even if they lose, they'll end up, if they lose, of course, this game, They will stay in 6th place. 80 goals coming into this match. 86 now. And Grenada 133 goals so far in the tournament. Cayman Islands' best result, a 2016 victory of Antigua. As for Grenada, their best result also came against Antigua, 35-8. Call has gone against the Cayman Islands here. Final opportunity for these young athletes to leave their mark on the 22nd edition of this historic tournament, which is named after Pierre, by the way, as you know. We've been mentioning her name all the way through the tournament, and we're told that there are many players here today as we watch Francis score, and some on their way who have played alongside or coached alongside or have been coached by Pierre. Eugenia was her correct name, but her nickname was Jean, and she received 3 major awards in Trinidad and Tobago. As we watch Frederick score, she received what was the highest award for Trinidad and Tobago at the time. That's the Trinity Cross, now called the Order of Trinidad and Tobago. Hummingbird Medal and the Chaconia Medal was also in her cabinet of awards. Former Sports Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, also during her time. Francis picks that up and sets it up nicely here for Philip to score. The errors starting to rack up at the back now for the Cayman Islands, and Grenada have doubled their score, 14-7 to lead. Cayman Islands have their supporters are in good numbers here. As I mentioned, the Howell family here in their numbers. A couple of calls for the Cayman Islands to protect the ball better, and Howell is going to come off here. Howell's off, and the goal defense. Flores also being called off by Brian Green. Brought on a couple of replacements. Few familiar faces for us. Some of the players who have not had a chance to really play a lot in the tournament. Well, it is the final game, so good chance to give them some valuable experience in this prestigious tournament. That was taken away from Francis, but illegally so, says the official. Francis will shoot. Well, she faked the shot very well and sets it up there for Philip to score. They've had significant momentum, Grenada, after that thrilling, although controversial, 1-point win over St. Lucia earlier this week. You might remember St. Lucia also protested that game. Grenada had actually come in with, they actually came into that game with 2 losses and have now gone on a 3-0 run. If they win today, that'll be 4 in a row for them, so a great recovery from Grenada in this tournament. Frederick and her teammate Terrell, they will have to do significant damage here on the limited opportunities they've had. Francis trying to pull away, pulls to the near side and gets into a good shooting position again. And despite the attention of the Cayman Islands player in front of her, she puts it away. Francis very much the focal point of the Grenada attack. She put up 30 goals against Antigua, 27 against St. Lucia. And she has had the hot streak going early in this one. And so far it's been a long day for the Cayman Islands defense. Francis has made it look ridiculously easy, and here she is on that run. A nice turn of speed she has too. In addition to poise and speed, I know she puts in the work, and you could see from her physical makeup that she spends a lot of time in the gym also. Very fit-looking young lady. I'm sure we'll see a lot of her in the future here in Caribbean Netball. as I'm sure we'll see from that young lady, Frederick, who shoots and scores again. 18-10. Cayman Islands trying to keep up with this powerful Grenada attack led by Frederick, who, for one, tries an injudicious shot. Well, when your confidence is that high, you just feel you can shoot from everywhere, and she manages to get the rebound and score. Under 3 minutes to go in the half. No Peters today for Grenada. Another miss here from Grenada. Shauna Noel in the starting lineup for Grenada. She loves those physical contests, and she's very, very good at them. That dramatic win for Grenada, 32-31 over St. Lucia, was protested due to the officiating. So Grenada playing today with a point to prove. Didn't want to silence the skeptics. Talked about their momentum that came after that win. As for St. Lucia, it all fell apart for them after that. They lost their last 3 games, so ending with a 3-3 record after a very good 3-0 start. 20-10 now, and that's the way it's been most of the way through. Grenada have kept well ahead of Cayman Islands, doubling their score, mainly through this, much of the way through this match. Francis, contact on the hands of Francis that time. And she sets it up nicely for Philip. And Philip needs no second invitation. That's the other side of the game of Francis we've seen well. She disguises that lob pass very well. Her shooting mechanism is quite nonchalant at times. And she gets ahead of the defender. Doesn't regain possession though. Here come the Cayman Islands. Picked off. Grenada scoring 11 goals already in this quarter. That could be 12 if Francis puts this one away, and she does. So many of their games, Grenada have started slowly, only to dominate the 3rd and 4th quarters. And that will end off the half. At the half, Grenada lead 22-10. And Grenada are looking good for 3rd place in the competition now. A win for them will put them ahead of St. Lucia. And this has been very good in terms of their display in this 2nd quarter. You are watching action in the 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT. And we will have more action coming up shortly.
Sportstream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sportstream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sportstream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Pierre Youth Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court and our Caribbean culture. The red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing color colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean region. The musical theme woven into her design reminds us that, like the steel pan, the Caribbean voice is unique, powerful and joyful, bringing people together across borders.
Nexus Consulting has been in the business of helping organizations develop their people, systems, and culture for over 20 years. With a team of consultants who are experts in a range of fields, we provide strategic and organizational development, culture change, team synergy, talent management, and assessments. Contact us today to learn.
Welcome to third quarter action in this match between Cayman Islands and Grenada 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT, brought to you by Sports TT, PBS Technology Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and Fit Docs. Cayman Islands about to get us started here. Cowell now playing in the goal attack position. She started as a wing defense and now in the goal attack position, and she gets Cayman Islands started here 22-11. Massive lead here for the Grenada team, and they have been led very well by Francis, who is still in the circle there alongside Philip. Philip has done a little wrong in this one. Francis really grabs all of the headlines and the attention for her outrageous goal scoring, but Philip has been a very solid shooter here for the Grenada team. Just quietly goes about her business and puts away everything that comes her way. Francis trying to find this one downfield. That's a good ball. And Francis materializes inside the circle and scores. Just a second before, she was somewhere in the midcourt. Does she have teleportation powers, I wonder? Now disguises another nice pass for Philip. Philip steps in after the attention by Howell. She hits the front of the rim. I dare say that's the curse of the commentator. You praise players and then they miss the shot. I'll take the blame for that one. So talking before the break, Grenada tend to start slow and dominate third and fourth quarters. Not this game, though. They dominated the first and two. If their surge comes again, could get even worse very quickly here for the Cayman Islands. That one is missed. Again by Philip. Francis also misses. And again another miss. That's 3 in a row, 4 in a row actually now for the Grenada team. Francis now connects. A little shooting bug in the Grenada lineup there for a moment. It's still lead by 14 though, well and comfortably ahead. Soraya Frederick calling for it. And she gets there. Oh, she clatters into Howell and shoots from distance and scores. That was a brilliant shot. Well, if we were to use the concentric circles in the shooting competition yesterday, that was the one on the third level. Nicely defended here by the Cayman Islands. Levine rising high to make the stop. But there's Francis again, materializing out of thin air to score. Soraya Frederick, very much a real weapon for the Cayman Islands up in front. The problem is she hasn't gotten the service that she needs here to really damage this Grenada attack. Ooh, contact between the two players. The Grenada goalkeeper Frederick. I think she inadvertently stepped on Frederick's foot. Frederick went down quickly. If you've ever had your foot stepped on while you're in motion, you know how that hurts. Frederick, however, shakes it off and scores for the Cayman Islands. 13 goals they trail by. Ambitious shot by Phillip. Bounces off the back of the rim and out. Sierra Smith doing a lot of work for Grenada in that center position. She's almost like a shadow defender. Her job disrupting the passes coming in. Correction, that's Sierra Smith for Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands have struggled to score in high volumes. Just an idea of why there. At a rather low percentage shot, they have 13. If they are to get to 20 today, they still have 14 and a half minutes to do so. They average in between 13 and 16 against the top sides. And you feel that they need to get at least 20 if they are to stay in touch with Grenada. Grenada, meanwhile, with Francis in this kind of ominous form, have already racked up 27 goals. Francis lobs that over the top. And Phillip misses this time. She's had such a good first half. And look at the sportsmanship, that's great. Her opponent pulling her up. And this tournament has been played in very good spirit between the young ladies here. And there's Francis showing off her defensive capabilities, just poking in the fist and knocking it away. Both teams are favoring the high lob, but we've seen a lot of them in this game. And Grenada have dominated those second chance balls under the post. And there's another for the Grenada team. Again, Francis scoring 28-13 now. Momentum very much with the team in green and yellow. A couple of the schools coming in to watch the games here today. I think it's Five Rivers Secondary School, one of the outstanding schools, not only in netball, but in football. Five Rivers Secondary well represented here today. And their teachers here with them, as you would expect. I think the ratio, if I remember correctly, it's supposedly a teacher per 15 students, if I remember well. And that is very much being observed here. Five Rivers would have played also in the finals of the secondary schools football league last year. Lost out to Pleasantville in a brilliant game. They lost out on penalties. I dare say some of the players from the netball team also maybe would have competed in football at some point. That, by the way, is the 30th goal scored by Grenada tonight. High quality of shooting from Francis, and she gets the chance to, is she coming off? No. She's being moved from goal attack to goal shooter. So she's going to be camped inside the circle now. They brought Phillip off, giving her a break. She was starting to lose momentum. She missed about 3 or 4 shots in the last few minutes. So she's been given a breather here. Well, there's been a lot of great music played by the DJ all the way through this competition. The only song I haven't heard is Dancing Queen. I think we should have heard Dancing Queen by now. The great song from ABBA. And that only because it's the nickname of Pierre. 1979, when TNT won that World Netball Championship title jointly with Australia and New Zealand, she was nicknamed the Dancing Queen for her elegant foot movements on the court. Monster hit for ABBA. I'll tell you what, ABBA was the chief export for Sweden at that time in their history, believe it or not. Just shows you the power of music. ABBA were actually bringing in more foreign exchange for Sweden than Volvo. That's how big ABBA were, and that Dancing Queen song was a big one for them. Pierre, the Dancing Queen herself. 31-14, under a minute to go in the third quarter, and Grenada continued to pile on the pressure and fire them in. The Barbados team have been with us, and they were sitting in the stands here. The Barbados coach and the manager, they were sitting among the TNT supporters, and they were greeted very well by the Trinidad and Tobago fans. Actually, they were sitting in the heart of the TNT fan section, and they were well greeted. A few handshakes. You don't get the feeling they're in enemy territory at all. And that's great to see. I think there's a healthy amount of respect here as we watch the half come to an end. Or has it? Yes, it has come to an end. The quarter has come to an end at 33-15 for Grenada. There's a very healthy respect for the Barbados team here in Trinidad and Tobago. Even the most optimistic of TNT fans know that they will pose a serious threat in that next game. So at the end of the third quarter, 33-15, Grenada poised to go to third place in the competition here, 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships on Sportstream TT.
Nexus Consulting has been in the business of helping organizations develop their people systems and culture for over 20 years. With a team of consultants who are experts in a range of fields, we provide strategic and organizational development, culture change, team synergy, talent management and assessments. Contact us today to learn more.
The Trinidad and Tobago Football Association Safeguarding Unit, Player Care and Wellbeing, working in conjunction with FIFA, understands the importance of the slogan, "Keeping children safe is everyone's responsibility." But who is responsible for safeguarding in sport? The question may be asked.
Sportstream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sportstream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sportstream TT. We can customize a package for you.
Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Pierre youth. Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court and our Caribbean culture. The red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing, colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean.
Welcome back to the SPEC URI Sport and Physical Education Center here in Sports Center, St. Augustine, Trinidad. The official trying a very sneaky pass there to the Cayman Islands player who never saw it. And the Cayman Islands get us on the way. They trail Grenada 15-33. And they are attacking the goal to our right. They're in the blue and red outfits. And they have played in that outfit all the way through, I think it is. I haven't seen them play with a second outfit. It is so distinct from all of the others that they have had no problems at all in terms of clashing with the uniforms of any of the other teams. Well, the influence of that Jamaica trip for the Cayman Islands has been evident as we watch Francis continue to score here. And she's put Grenada up 34-15. They have noticeably improved through this tournament. Their ball handling skills under pressure has certainly improved all the way through this tournament. Tough ask for these young ladies. 6 games in 7 days in this high-pressure competition. Frederick does well to collect that one. She was fouled by Frederick. Well, they both have the same last name, by the way, in case you missed that. Frederick versus Frederick. One thing you know in a clash like that, Frederick is going to win. And Soraya does it this time. And scores 17 now for the Cayman Islands. Every goal that they've scored, Grenada have gotten 2. Cayman Islands, Dominica and Antigua and Barbuda have really struggled to break the 20-goal barrier in this tournament. And Antigua and Barbuda have averaged 12 per game coming into the final game. And in fact, they got 11 in that final match earlier. They lost 11-21 to Dominica. At the elite level, at the other level, Trinidad and Tobago have averaged 42.2 goals per game. They have absolutely been overwhelming their opponents. Barbados have had a very healthy 32 goals per game. St. Lucia next at 29.3. Defensively, the likes of Antigua and Barbuda really struggled. 35.8 goals per game. They have conceded on average. Grenada, meanwhile, have averaged 22 concessions per game. When you have Francis scoring at will like this, 22 is not bad. They've conceded 18 here against the Cayman Islands. Much improved showing from the young ladies from the Cayman Islands. Grenada on the attack again. Francis in a dangerous position and as easy as you like, slots that one in. Best defense in the competition has been Trinidad and Tobago. They've conceded roughly a goal every 5 minutes. That's been absolutely brilliant. TNT have conceded 11.6 per game. Barbados have been very strong also, 16.8. There we go, and Fredericks rolling that one in. 19 goals now for them. Cayman Islands, their offensive output, 16 goals per game, so they've gone better than what you would have expected. Grenada usually get 24.2. They're up to 37 already. As for the Cayman Islands, they have given up an average of 32.6 goals per game. Well, today against this powerful Grenada attack that seems very likely now to be going to third place. They've conceded 37 goals today. Grenada certainly have been more clinical in the circle. Their estimated conversion rate is just under 53%. As for the Cayman Islands, it's 1 in 3 passes. What a pass that was! Even Francis was surprised. She doesn't smile at all on the court, and she's broken out into a massive smile as that one fired through a forest of hands. And I think her catching it was more self-preservation than anything else. Another wonderful pass draws the applause of the crowd, and Francis scores again. Well, they're on the verge of getting 40 goals here, Grenada. The highest Grenada have gotten in this tournament is actually today, 39. Previously, it was 35 that they got against Antigua and Barbuda, so they have gone past that significantly. This could be their first 40-game tally for the 2026 tournament. Big smile on the face of Noelle as she somehow contrives to knock that one away. Well, with 2 players to aim at, all she could find was the Grenada player in the circle. Turnover to Grenada, and they themselves give it back to the Cayman Islands. Frederick to make it 20. Just misses, gets a second chance here, and scores. That's 20 for the Cayman Islands. Well, they got 20 against Antigua and Barbuda. 22 against Dominica in that tough loss for them. So improved performance here from the Cayman Islands. Scoreboard says 19. 3 minutes to go here as the official calls the turnover. It will be back to the Cayman Islands here. Chance for them to get their 20th goal. I think that goal was chalked off. Here's Hall. Ball handling hasn't been of the highest quality in the last few minutes. And there's Frederick to get the 20th for the Cayman Islands. I think the target for them is to surpass that 22 goals that they got against Dominica and against a more powerful side, Grenada. That would really give them a lot of confidence. They might go down to defeat here. They certainly will with 2 minutes to go and trailing by 20 goals. But you'll take the small victories. Well, that one somehow found its way off the hands of the defender into the hands of Francis, and she has 41. And she has made it 41 goals for Grenada. And we're seeing a different side to Francis today. More smiles from her. Why not? Her tournament will be over in 2 minutes. Throughout this tournament, she's barely smiled at all. Here she is turning around and scores another. 42-20. She's not done with the Cayman Islands just yet. This tournament being played in SPEC. It's an enclosed environment, air conditioned. Large extent it has kept out the Saharan dust which has plagued Trinidad and Tobago all the way through this week. This is the worst I've seen in 8 months. I think many would agree in Trinidad and Tobago. This has been the worst we've seen of the Sahara dust to come through these parts. Batted away by the Cayman Islands defense. Here's Francis, well, touching her hands and out. I won't be surprised if one morning I wake up and I see one of the pyramids of Giza in my backyard. So much has the everything from that part of the world been coming across. It has been quite heavy. Here come Grenada. Under a minute to go here. Is there a sting in the tail for them? Can they get another one? 42-20 is their lead. Here come Grenada. They're looking for Francis, who peels away towards the baseline and scores. 43 for Grenada. And there is the final whistle. That's the end of the tournament for Grenada and the Cayman Islands. And the Grenada have run out 43-20 winners. Grenada getting their highest tally of the tournament, and the Cayman Islands, they're getting also their second highest of the tournament. Now that will bring Grenada to 20 points, so that will put them in third place in the competition above St. Lucia. Congratulations to Grenada getting their fourth victory of the tournament. And they finish in a very solid third place. St. Lucia finishing fourth, Dominica fifth, Cayman Islands sixth, and Antigua and Barbuda in seventh place. What remains to be debated as we watch the teams celebrate together is the top spot and second place. Barbados versus Trinidad and Tobago is coming up, and that will start at 6 o'clock. But the final score in this one in the 2026 Pierre Caribbean Youth Netball Championships is the Cayman Islands 20, Grenada 43. This action brought to you by SportStream on SportStream TT, by Sport TT, PBS Technology Limited, Shazil Mohammed Construction Limited, and Fit Dogs. Join us just before that 6 o'clock mark for the last match of the tournament.
Sports Stream TT. Never want to miss a moment of your child's sporting development? Sports Stream TT is an innovative sporting recording company which is in the eyes and ears of the parents, coaches, and sporting clubs. Contact us at 292-5357. Email sportsstreamtt@gmail.com or check us out on Instagram, Sports Stream TT. We can customize a package.
Melody, the lively and proud mascot of the Pierre Youth Caribbean Netball Tournament is inspired by the steel pan, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the Caribbean's greatest cultural treasures. Her pan-shaped head represents the heartbeat of Caribbean music, rhythm, creativity, and innovation, born from the people. Her energetic pose and bright personality reflect the vibrancy and movement displayed on the netball court and our Caribbean culture. The red uniform highlights Trinidad and Tobago's national pride, while the flowing, colorful accents symbolize the diversity and unity of the wider Caribbean region. The musical theme woven into her design reminds us that, like the steel pan, the Caribbean voice is unique, powerful, and joyful, bringing people together across borders.
Nexus Consulting has been in the business of helping organizations develop their people systems and culture for over 20 years. With a team of consultants who are experts in a range of fields, we provide strategic and organizational development, culture change, team synergy, talent management, and assessments. Contact us today to learn